In this session, we will discuss unbalanced transportation problem. So let us discuss this unbalanced transportation problem with the help of a simple example. Here, as you can see, there are 3 supply points and there are 4 demand points. So what is the total supply here? The total supply here, it is 1100 and the total demand is 1000. And the demand is actually 100 units less than the total supply. So we have to balance this problem. So if I want to balance this problem, here I have to add 100 units. So if I want to add 100 units, I have to insert a extra row or a dummy row. So here, as you can see, we have inserted a extra row or a dummy row, and the demand was 100 less. Hence, here we have added 100 units, and all other cell values we have to set it as 0. Now this problem has become balanced. The next step is to find out the initial basic feasible solution by using any of the 3 approaches which we have discussed. So here I have found the initial basic feasible solution by using northwest corner rule. You know how to find the initial basic feasible solution by using this approach. Every time we have to allocate resources to the top left corner of this table, and we have to finally find the initial solution for the given problem. So here the initial solution that is obtained here, it is 3950. So let us consider another example problem, and here you can see there are 4 demand points and 4 supply points, and here the total supply here it is 200 units and the total demand it is 185 units. So here also that supply is greater than demand, and the demand is how much lesser? Demand is actually 15 units lesser. So now here I have to add a 15 units. So if I want to add 15 units here, I have to insert a dummy column at the supply end or at the origin end or at the source end. So as you can see here, we have inserted a dummy column and demand was 15 units lesser. We have added 15 units here, and all other cell values will be set as 0. Now again here we have to find out the initial basic feasible solution by using any of the 3 approaches. So let us find out the initial basic feasible solution for this particular problem by using Vogel approximation method. So here once we have inserted a dummy column, we have to compute the initial basic feasible solution by using Vogel approximation method. In case of Vogel approximation method, to find out the initial solution, we have to compute a row penalties and column penalties. That is the first step. If I want to allocate resources to a cell, I want to compute a row penalty and column penalty. So let us compute these penalties. So here the first minimum value is 0 and the second minimum value is 4. The difference will be 4. And here the first minimum value is 0, second minimum value is 8. The difference is 8. Here the first minimum value is 0, second minimum value is 4. So the difference will be 4. And here the first minimum value is 0, second minimum value is 8. The difference will be 8. And let us compute the column penalties. So first minimum value 4, second minimum value 9, difference is 5. Here the first minimum value is 4, second minimum value is 6, difference is 2. Here the first minimum value is 8, second minimum value 10, difference is 2. Again both the first and second minimum value is 8, so difference is 0. And here the difference, here all are zeros, right? So penalty will be 0. Now here we have to pick a maximum penalty, and here you can see there are 2 maximum penalties, 8, 8, okay, where they have a same value, say, which means there is a tie. When there is a tie, we have to see this 8 belongs to this particular row and this 8 belongs to this row. So they in this particular second row, we have to see the minimum cost cell. Here the minimum cost cell is 0, and in this fourth row the minimum cost cell is 0, again, which indicates there is a tie. Okay, both both the minimum costs are of same value. So here we can randomly choose any of these cell for allocation. So let us choose this penalty as our maximum penalty. Now we have to allocate resources. So in this cell, I have to allocate resources. As you can see, this particular cell has a demand of 15 and has a supply of 50. The minimum of these two value is 15. So allocate 15 units of resources to this cell. And now once you have allocated 15 units of resources, this particular 15, okay, this entire 15 has been met. So this value will become 0, and here the remaining 50 minus 15, the remaining will be 35. Remaining will be 35. And here there is nothing to allocate to these three cells. So strike out these three cells. Now again we have to compute the row penalties. Here the first minimum value is 4, next minimum value is 6, the penalty will be 2. Here also the first minimum is 8, second is 10, so penalty will be 2. Here the first minimum value is 4, second minimum value is 10, the penalty will be 6. Here the first minimum value is 8, second minimum value is 9, the penalty will be 1. And here you will get the same penalty, that is 5. And here also you will get the same penalty, that is 2. Again here also you will get the same penalty, that is 2. Again here also there is the same penalty, 0. Now this has deleted this, right? We don't have to compute. So again in these values, in these penalty values, again we have to pick a maximum penalty. So which is the maximum penalty? This particular one is, right? This is the maximum penalty. Now we have to allocate resources. So here this 4, okay, in this particular row the minimum cost cell is this the second cell. So for this cell, the demand is 35 and the supply is 30. So the minimum of these two, it is 30. So allocate 30 here. So when you allocate 30 here, this value, this particular value will become 0. And here the remaining will be 5 units. Now again compute the row and no, once again, this has become 0, right? This quantity has become 0. So there is nothing remaining to allocate to these particular cells. So strike out these cells. So strike out these cells. Now again compute the row and column penalties. Now here the first minimum value is 6, second minimum value is 8, the penalty will be 2. And here the first minimum value is 8, second minimum value is 10, penalty will be 2. And here we don't have to compute penalty. And here again the penalty here it will be 1. And what about column penalties? So here again the penalty remains same, it is 5. And when you consider here the first minimum value is 6, second minimum value is 11, the penalty will be 5. And here the first minimum is 8, second minimum is 2, penalty here it is 2. And here the penalty is 0. And here we don't have to compute penalty. Now here you can see the maximum value. We have two maximum values, that is 5 and 5. So in these two maximum values, we have to see here there is a tie. Whenever there is a tie in the maximum penalty, we have to choose a cell that has a minimum cost value. So in these particular two rows, which cell is having a minimum cost value? this cell, this particular cell, the cost of this particular is 4. Yes, right, the cost of this cell is 4. This is the minimum cost value in these two columns. So choose this cell for allocation. So for this particular cell, demand is 25, supply is 25. So the minimum of 25 and 50, it is 25. Allocate 25 units of resources to this cell. When you allocate 25, this 25 has been met. This value will become 0. And there is nothing remaining to allocate to these cells. Strike out these rows, these cells. And here we have 25 units has been consumed and the remaining is 25. Now again compute the row and column penalties. So here the first minimum value is 6, the next minimum value is 8, the penalty is 2. Again here 10 and 8, it is 2. Here we don't have to compute. Here the first minimum is 8, second minimum is 11, the penalty is 3. And here, one second, here earlier we have chosen this one. Okay. So this column has been deleted. We don't have to compute. And here the penalty, it is the first minimum value is 6, the next minimum value is 11. Here the penalty will be 5. And here again there will be a same penalty, that is 2. And here it is 0. And here we don't have to compute. So we don't have to compute. And now we have to choose a maximum penalty. So which is the maximum penalty among these penalties? This one. So this is the maximum penalty. So choose this particular value. So now in this in this row we have to allocate resources in this column we have to allocate resources in the minimum cost cell. So this is the minimum cost cell, and the minimum of 5 and 25. 5 and 25, the 5 is minimum. So allocate 5 units of resources to this cell. Now this value has become 0. So there is nothing remaining to allocate to these cells. To strike out these cells, and here the remaining will be 20. Here the remaining will be 20. Now again compute row and column penalties. Here the first minimum is 8 and the next minimum is 13. So the penalty will be 5. Here the first minimum is 8, next minimum is 10, the penalty is 2. Here we don't have to compute. Here the first minimum value is 8, second minimum value is 13. Again the penalty will be 5. And when you consider here we don't have to compute penalty. Again here also we don't have to compute. Here the penalty is again 2. Here the penalty is 0. And for this column we don't have to compute. Now here there is a tie. Yes, right, we have two values. We have two maximum values, 5 and 5. So when you see this row, what is the minimum cost cell? Here the minimum cost cell, here it is 8. Okay, when you see this particular row, what is the minimum cost cell? Again here it is 8. We can randomly choose any one of the row. So let us choose this particular row. So here in this particular cell, we have to allocate resources. Okay, this cell has a demand of 20 and has a supply of 35. So the minimum is 20. So allocate 20 units of resources here. Now this value will become 0. And once this has become 0, there is nothing remaining to allocate to these cells. And now 35 minus 20, which will which will be 15. Now the remaining will be 15 supply. Now again we have to compute penalty. See here we don't have, to compute penalty we need two values. Here we have only one value. So take that cost value as a penalty. And here the penalty will be 2. Here we don't have to compute. And here 13 and yes, we have only one value. So take 13. 13 will be the. And when you see here we don't have to compute. And again here also we don't have to compute. Here the penalty is 2. And here we don't have to compute. Here also we don't have to compute. And now which is the maximum value here? As you can see, yes, right? Which is the maximum value? This 13, yes, right? This 13 is the maximum. Okay, this 13 is the maximum value. So choose this particular row for allocation. So here for this cell, the demand is 105 and the supply is 15. So which is minimum? 15 is minimum. So you allocate 15 units of resources. So this particular value will become 0. And this value, okay, this value will become 90. This value will become 90. Now again compute penalties. So here the penalty will be 8. And here the penalty, we have only one value, right? So penalty here it is 10. Here we don't have to compute. And here also we don't have to compute. And here we don't have to compute. Even this value we don't have to compute. Here we have the same penalty 2. We don't have to compute. And even here we don't have to compute. So now which is the maximum penalty? This one, yes, right? This is the maximum penalty. Now allocate resources. So here the minimum cost cell, which is the minimum cost cell here? This particular cell. We have only one cell, yes, right? So here now I have to allocate resources. So for this particular cell, the demand is 90 and the supply is 70, which is minimum. 70 is minimum. So allocate 70 units of resources to this cell. Now this value will become 0. And here the remaining will be 20. Here the remaining will be 20. Now again, we have to compute penalties. So here the penalty here again it is 8. Here we don't have to compute. Here also we don't have to compute. Here also we don't have to compute. And here you will get, see here again you will get, sorry. Here we don't have to compute. And if you see here, okay, if you see here, the penalty, we have only one value. Penalty here, it is 8. Here we don't have to compute. And even here, we don't have to compute. So both are same, yes, right? Both the penalty, here it is 8. Both are same. So let us choose this one. Now, allocate resources. So for this particular cell, the demand is 20 and the supply is 20. So both are same, allocate 20 units here. Now this value has become 0 and here also this value has become 0. Now you can verify your problem, okay? Now here the 25 plus 5 plus 20. Okay, the total allocation, the total allocation is equal to original supply, that is 50. Here also the total allocation here it is 70, which is equal to total supply, that is 70. Again the sum of the allocation 30 is equal to original supply 30. Even here the sum of the allocation 15 plus 20, which is 15 plus 15, sorry, here we have one more value, yes, right? This one 15, 15 plus 15, 30, 30 plus 20, it is 50, which is equal to original supply 50. Okay, even column wise also 25, which is equal to original demand 25, 30 plus 5, which is equal to original demand 35. Again 20 plus 70 plus 15, which is equal to original demand 105. Here 20, the sum of the allocation it is 20, which is equal to original demand 20. And even here 15, which is equal to original demand 15. So as you can see here, the total cost here it is 1465.